Hello, everyone. Alice Miriam here, product educator at Zenler. And some of you may already know this, some of you may not, but Zenler is launching our first ever virtual summit. It is the Live Impact Virtual Events Summit, and that will be happening on October 11th. And today I have with me a very special guest, one of our key speakers for the Live Impact Virtual Event Summit. I have with me today, John Orian. Welcome, John. How are you?
I'm very well, Alice. Thank you for interviewing me. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be really good. I mean, one of the things I really like about Zenler is all the training that you guys do. And so to be part of it, this is great.
Yes, and that's really the key piece of our summit is that we're really focused on helping our members leverage those live aspects of business online today. And what a better way to do that than to introduce the members of Zenler that are actually doing that right now. So I really love that you're here with us. I'm so happy that you will be speaking at the summit. And your talk is going to be about using live classes to spread joy and build community. So we don't want to get too deep into John's topic because you need to register for the summit for that. And you can do that by going directly to the summit site, which is zenlerlivesummit.newzenler.com, and you can register for a free spot there. But what we will do maybe, John, is tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and how it is that you're using Zenler and how long you've been using Zenler.
I've been using Zenler since probably October 2019. I remember that because I was going to build my website in another tool, and Zenler was going to be part of the training piece. And then I realized, no, everything is going to be built on Zenler. So now when you go to play at creation, it's on Zenler, and the other stuff I'm not using. So anyway,
It turned out really well for you then.
it has turned out really well, actually. And this, what I'm going to be talking about on the 11th is the second of three schools, if you want to call it that, because I'm on the pro version, and I started off with Play at Creation, right? So Play at Creation is the main site, and then one of my students at Play at Creation, and we can talk about that if you want, but one of my students took my prompting to because I've been saying UQuest should be your venture. You should be doing this because she has been the driving force here in Calgary. And so finally she said, "Okay, John, I'll do that, but I want you to come with me." So I ended up going with Louise, and over the last year or something, we built UQuest. Now we've been actually doing this for a couple of years since the pandemic started, middle of March 2020. I still remember very clearly us deciding, well, do we continue to meet in person, which is what we were doing before, or do we go online? And we went online. And at that time, I don't think we had live as yet. I was still using Zoom. And it wasn't until last January, that we actually started using the live classes. And for us, I mean, we let our folks know it was all experimental. You know, we aren't sure how this stuff is going to work. Let's go try it, and let's play and see what happens. So it's been very good. I've turned off my Zoom account, so that saved me money there. I've kept the Vimeo going for a little bit because I've got a lot of videos there that I have to take off. That also is going to get turned off. And Zenler covers all of that stuff for me. So that's really good, really cool.
Yeah, it is amazing. One of the features that our members have been the most excited about recently is that native integration with Zoom. and not having to have that additional paid Zoom account, especially since recently, just this year, Zoom added a time limit even to one-on-one communications of that 40 minutes. It used to be on Zoom, you could have that 40-minute limit only on group calls and conversations,
Yeah.
and the one-to-one was unlimited, but they put a limit on the one-to-one. And so a lot of people were like, oh no, I'm going to have to now pay for Zoom. Except in Zenler, that's included inside of Zoom with the Zoom is included with Zenler, which has had a really great impact for people financially. I mean, it may only be 25 or dollars a month for the basic Zoom, but it costs more for webinar features and all of those things if you want to take advantage of that with Zoom. So the savings has been quite significant for many people,
Yeah.
to be sure.
Yeah, and so even my ad hoc meetings now, they aren't classes or I'm not teaching something, but if I want to meet with somebody, I say, okay, let's meet at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, and 5 minutes before the hour, I'll send you the invitation, and you just pop in. And so
Absolutely.
the other piece that I'm going to be looking at using the lives and classes together is maybe use this as uh, the storage space for all of the documents we create and the conversations we have, which I record on Zoom, and so they're sitting there for us to go back and refer to. What did we say we were going to do with this? In fact, I'm working with a fellow. We're doing a joint venture around the play creation stuff and some of the stuff that Tom has, and we're using live uh, webinars now. It's the interactive webinars that we use, right? Because I want him to be online and talking and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's working out pretty well as well. It's always when this stuff comes out, let's go and experiment, see what we can do with this.
Exactly. And that, that's the nice thing, is that you can experiment, right?
Mhm.
Those tools are built in there so that you can experiment. And that's kind of what the summit is about giving other members an inside look at how our members have already been experimenting and how they've been leveraging that access to those live features to engage their communities, to sell their courses, their memberships, to build communities as you have, John. So that's a really key aspect. In today's online businesses, community building has never been more important. At least I think so. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean that's one of the reason we have that little tagline for UQuest. And it is all about spreading joy. And this is the joy that comes from making music yourself. And it used to be, before radio and TV and so on, every home had a piano. And the entertainment was you'd gather around the piano and somebody would play and the rest would sing songs. And that's what we were trying to do with ukulele. It's such a forgiving instrument. And really the people who play ukulele are really welcoming and forgiving, and I mean, you can't really go wrong with it, right? You just come together and you play. And so this idea of spreading joy and building community. I mean, that's one of the most important things that we can do, is to cherish your community, right? And so we've been having fun. There were times when we with Louise and myself would think, well, do we keep doing this? And invariably somebody would come up and say to us, what a difference this was making for them. Every Saturday at least they would be able to come together, and they had their friends from across the world. When we started, we had like 40 people who were the core that were meeting. Now we're up to 250.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah, yeah, and we're now thinking about, well, what do we do next year, right? So
And
anyway,
you might have a little
yeah,
insight about that during your
on
talk,
on the
maybe,
11th, yes, yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
So people will have to tune in if they want to know that. And I think John also has another surprise for during his talk that I know I'm personally excited about. So you're going
You'll
to have
have
to
to make
tune
sure we
in.
have time for that, okay? So you're gonna be the watcher.
Yes, I'm going to be on it to make sure that we have time for it. Do you want to tell them what you might be doing, what might be popping up? Do we want to share?
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, it's about UQuest, a ukulele group, and the whole idea is that you play and sing. You can't do anything wrong. So I will play and sing a song.
Sing a song. So besides this great talk, and information around spreading joy and building community through those live classes, we're going to get a live demonstration of what that looks like. And I'm quite sure it's going to bring a lot of joy. I feel joy just thinking about it. So it's going to be pretty amazing.
Good.
So is there anything that you want people to know about your talk and why they should pop on and have a listen?
Um, yeah, I mean, we aren't going to get into the technical aspects of it because you've got lots of training about that. I'm going to be talking about it more from UQuest point of view, why we did it, when we did it, um, and what people are getting. One of the things that I really like is several different people have said how welcoming and safe this space feels, even compared to other music groups, and that is really important. And that's one of the things, when we get into the Q&A and stuff, that I can talk to some of the other my Zenler peers, I guess. They may have suggestions on how I can do things even better. But the whole point is to come out and experiment and let the members of your community kind of build your community with you. Let them know that this is all experimentation. This is all playing at creation. It's just what we're here to do.
Exactly. Playing at creation. I love that. I love that. And yeah, just come and enjoy and learn and grow. And I love, John, that you mentioned that it's not about the technical pieces, because at Zenler, one of our key things, responsibilities that we feel as a company is to provide as much technical training and support and education as we can, so that members are able to build what they want on our platform. So the technical pieces aren't exactly what we're talking about. It's all of those other things that it comes to when it comes to managing those live aspects of your business that our members like you are experts at, because you've been doing it. And this is an opportunity for you to share those insights, and for other members who may be just starting out or thinking about adding those live aspects to their business, for them to come in and really hear what those experiences and insights are. And so I think that'll be very valuable. I'm really looking forward to it. Yes,
Good,
indeed.
good.
Yes. So with that, thanks everybody. Thank you, John, for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
You're very
I'm
welcome,
really
Alice.
looking forward to your talk and the singing. I
And
cannot
I
wait.
will practice. And the song is Working Man. So it's the it's about the British coal miners and so on. So if somebody watching this sings or plays guitar or whatever, and you want to sing along, how would we get the music out, the PDF out? I wonder. I could probably put it into the chat
Yeah,
when we start or something, and maybe even share it online. I have to figure out how we do that.
yeah, absolutely. We will make sure that we find a way for people to have that. And again, if you want to register and you want to be there when John is singing live at the Zenler Summit, you will go to zenlerlivesummit.newzenler.com, so you can register and reserve your free spot. So with that, we will see you all on October 11th. And I look forward to seeing you then too, John.
Bye. Make
Bye.
sure you get your seats way up by the stage.
Yes, way, way up by the stage. Squeeze it in. Bye for now.
Bye.